Hi people, so this is Adeyinka Ajibola, founder of Perfect Havens. We source the best apartments, serviced apartments for clients, for people wanting to relocate, people needing family and leisure activities, solo travelers, and so many other people in just wanting a comfortable accommodation. Now, what we do is give you serviced apartments that give you privacy. You're able to do what you want in your home, just like where I'm at right now is a serviced apartment. So you have the time to entertain, you have the space to work, you have the space to cook, you reduce costs. The benefits are immense. So what we do is we source from providers the best apartments within the best rates. So that's what we've done for the past, let me say, for us personally, 4 years, and for me and my team, probably about 6 to 8 years. Serviced apartments have been in existence for as long as I can remember. I've lived this lifestyle for a while, and I love people to enjoy that as well. Okay, for those who started serviced apartments, the aim was actually to make sure that you have seamless movements, from probably you're traveling in from somewhere and you want to come in, everything works because that's what service is. It's about service delivery, everything like Wi-Fi, internet, cable network, everything you need has to be there, functional. But in Nigeria here, we notice the proliferation of a lot of, a big move in the industry, and people are beginning to lose sight of the fact that service is the first thing they need to worry about first. It's not the money. What people do is just open up places. You can hardly even find empty apartments right now to work with because everything's been taken as serviced apartments. But then you don't find the facility management guys on ground. Sometimes there's no light. Sometimes they use inverters, and it's ridiculous because if you go out to where people do serviced apartments the way they work it, you do not even have to be involved in the run-ins and everything that's going on with the properties. So we at Perfect Havens, we're very, very, I would say, selective with the people we work with because we've been very blessed to work with even global companies. And you do know that those who don't joke with their staff. They do not want their staff to be uncomfortable. They do not want people to bother them. They want them to produce because at the end of the day, it's about productivity. What does every individual want? Is it not to make sure that they're comfortable, they're happy in life? So why would they worry about, oh, your diesel ran off or whatever went down? And nobody wants that. So that's the only difference we have now. We have a lot of practitioners that are not probably licensed or, they're not educated enough. And then again, let me just say one thing. I think we spend too much time having meetings and meetings and meetings about how our brands work. We should put more effort into developing our minds and, reading more on how to make customers feel, much better in our apartments, instead of really wasting time on other things. So productivity is key. At Perfect Havens, our background is actually hospitality. That means I personally started with aviation, where you have reservations, you have people being comfortable, you have people being happy. You have to make sure they're there, everything is working. And then I moved on to hotels. And obviously now we're with serviced apartments for one reason. Because, you have bigger rooms, you have spaces, you have privacy. You don't have just open the door and you're in the bedroom. So that's more important. But then, we mentioned something about people now not being able to afford serviced apartments, and that is very painful because there's really nobody as a whole, controlling the way people price their properties, and that's so wrong. The fact that people have rushed into this industry has given some owners, or would I say key holders, the ability to just put a price on it. And then people are forced to actually go with those prices, and that's wrong. We're just coming from the pandemic. We're coming from a lot of global, situation. We're not supposed to be be friendly with rates. We need to know that young people need to start their lives, just got married, they want to be in a quiet, nice place, but yet be able to afford. So the problem here is people need to sit down and say, can I actually pay what these guys are paying our owners? If you can't answer that question, is a problem. So what we should do is maybe find people who can build units that are affordable. Units are affordable, not or shared apartments that are not intrusive, like you still have your privacy, but they're shared. So I think that's the way you do it in the UK, US. And people don't really work; they don't live on their own. They share, they do shared apartments, B&B before Airbnb. That's bed and breakfast. The owner lives there, you live there, other families live there, so everybody's happy. So I don't know how we can get there, because people like to say, "Oh, this belongs to me." Short stays, which in Nigeria we call Shotlets, because this is where we hear Shotlets. Those that actually started it call it short stays, and then they get into extended stays. So when you say Shotlets, you're kind of limiting your number of days to short. You should be open to giving so much good service that you now get people extending, and that reduces the work you have to do. You see what it is? It's a strategy of repeat business. When you have repeat business, then you don't have to deal with thousands of different kinds of people. And you know how it is. People come into the apartments and give you a lot of work. So they're definitely in demand. Shotlets are in demand all over the world. They've always existed. It's just that now we're beginning to see them. They've always existed. Even in Nigeria, when I first relocated, I was in a serviced apartment because I didn't pay for light. Everything was in there, but I didn't know that was what they call a shortlet. So the demand is high, and the disadvantages are not many above advantages. You're doing cost reduction, you're more productive, you have privacy, you're happier, you have your, quiet, your peace, and you can still make money. So it's what it is. Going into the new year, we're very, very excited. We're excited because now we've been able to kind of separate the wheat from the chaff, if you can call it that way. Those that are not supposed to be doing this business because they're just taking money and just leaving. So what you need to do is protect yourself. You will still get business, definitely, but as someone who needs an apartment, look at who you're dealing with. Do they have a corporate account? Have they been verified? There are different things you need to check. The new year is going to be amazing. People will be able to travel in. The global situation would have been, improved greatly. So we're very excited for that. A perfect event. Thank you.